Good evening, everyone. This is Tamara Gerstmeyer-Sweeney from lovedominates.com. Tonight, I want to read to you an email I got from my 22-year-old son. It's from his email, but if you listen to the words that I say or that I read, you'll see that it's third party, and which usually means it's coming from the Alienator. So, the reason I'm doing this is I want to give examples of parental alienation and at different levels. There's some levels that are, everyone experiences a little bit of parent alienation in just a regular normal divorce. There's, moderate, mild, severe, and above severe. I am above severe. When you have your ex-spouse or significant other or partner, whatever you want to call them, telling your children that they could kill you and get away with it because I deserve it, and they would get away with it because they were underage at the time, that's a pretty severe level. But I want to give you an example of an email so that you understand parental alienation. Now, this was, it looks like it came from my 22-year-old son. I personally know it's not from him, and it is from the Alienator, and I would never hold my children responsible for any of this. They're in fear of this person, and it's just been... it's cult-like. I don't know how else to explain it, but they've been brainwashed since they were young, and they don't understand it. So, here's the letter. Mom. That's a good sign. He called me Mom. I'm replying only because I'm sick of reading this shit, and I do apologize for the bad words. You want to see your kids again? Or have a relationship with them? Then start apologizing. The fact that you have not said you're sorry about anything makes me sick. I honestly cannot believe that I even have to tell you this, because you should know that. You should know that that is what your children want more than anything. A long and sincere apology stating that you're sorry for the way you treated all of us for as long as we can remember. Stop making this a competition between you and Dad, and just maybe you can put your life back together again. I'm so tired of the guilt trip. We definitely do not deserve it. You will never hear from me again until I hear what I need to hear. If you can't figure out what that is, you will see a therapist and she will help you. You will swallow your pride and do this if you want to hear from me again. I've said this in the past and never got the apology I deserved, which only says to me that winning this imaginary battle between you and Dad is more important to you than having a relationship with me, which is totally fine. I accepted that a long time ago. I know you don't love me because you would have done it by now if you did. Stop trying to make me feel bad for not talking to you. It's driving me nuts and will only drive me further away from you. Stop with the dramatic bullshit. Grow up and be an adult. And then, no, I love you or anything else. It just said my son's name at the bottom. So, if you review this letter, you can tell it's in third party. Here's an example. It says, you want to see your kids again or have a relationship with them? So, what child would say that? And then he writes, that is what your children want more than anything. Again, what child would write that? We definitely do not deserve it. Deserve it is exactly one of the words an Alienator uses. Or it's a privilege. to have shelter, or you deserve this. There's some words that a narcissistic alienator uses. Let's see. Imaginary battle between you and dad is more important to you than having a relationship with me. That is what the alienator has said to my children over and over again, that the divorce is more important than my kids. He also says, I know you don't love me. That is what the alienator has built into my children's head, and that is what they believe. Even though I raised them for 17 years alone, and did everything with them, they still believe they lived in this horrifying, abusive home from me. Whatever they were told by the alienator, that's what they believe. My ex could tell them I sawed off their arm and sewed it back together, and my children would say, I remember that. That was painful. I remember every single minute of her sawing my arm off. That's how bad alienation is. Anyway, I hope people start getting brave enough to start opening up and speaking out, because these people need to be stopped. It's child abuse. Thank you for listening. Go to lovedominates.com. Thank you.